Oh my God, I'm just so excited that you are here. Thank you for tuning in to my podcast. So today I want to talk about how you can create a more continuous perception of self and how to get that continuity of self more regular for you. And then also I'm going to touch a little bit more on joy, because the more I tune into it, the more I realize I am literally overflowing with joy. So much, and it's so insane. And so I'm just trying to be more practical though, because in my last podcast episode I was really in the joy, really basking in it, feeling that joy, that ecstasy, that pleasure in my body as I'm speaking. But I'm trying to be more grounded so I can give you practical tips, because it's hard to be in that divine flow, that divine feeling state of bliss and love and joy, if your soul is not aware of how to tap into that. So everybody taps into it in a different way. I have received a lot of divine flow from yoga and from dance and from community, being in conscious community. All of those have given me so much energy, all this life force, and has given me this taste of that divine flow. And so it's different for every soul, and you can figure this out by tuning into what you used to like as a kid. So when you were a kid, I really enjoyed dance. And then also sometimes it's like, if you're jealous of somebody and they're doing something, sometimes that can give you a clue, like maybe you desire that. Maybe that's something you want, your heart desires. And then of course you can always ask the creator, please give me more clarity around what my heart desires, what my soul yearns for. Please show me what I'm intended to see. Please bring people that are my soul family, soul tribe into my life. Help me connect with like-minded souls. Just asking the creator, ask and you shall receive. Literally, like, start doing this stuff, you guys. Seriously, like praying out loud is so freaking important. It's so powerful. It not only helps you connect to the creator, but it helps you see yourself from a different vantage point. Because thoughts are so light, there's no density there. Once you speak it out, it's more dense. Your consciousness can understand it more and see it from different vantage points. And you can start seeing your life differently. You start to see how God is literally giving you messages through people, through experiences, through it. And it's all comes back to your consciousness. That's a sidetrack. Okay. I'm trying not to get lost. I'm trying to stay grounded in this episode. But so anyway, tune into that and then get consistent with whatever that activity is. So for me, it's yoga and dance. Get consistent, because the more you go, the better. The more your nervous system can actually expand in that situation, in that scenario. So let's talk about yoga, for instance. The first time you go to yoga, your nervous system is processing so much data and so much information. You're processing the room, you're processing the music, you're processing the moves, you're processing the energy of the yoga teacher and their vibe, and your nervous system is processing so much that there's like this static in the background. But the more you go, the more the data is processed, and your nervous system can actually have a more inward journey, and your nervous system's able to expand in that situation because of that. So whatever you do, get consistent. Same with community. Keep going, because the more you go, the more you get to know the people, the more your nervous system feels comfortable to actually be your fullest self and expand, and just expand your nervous system, because that's what this all is. And if there's fear, that's untapped energy. That's untapped energy. If there's fear, you should go even more. There's more reason to go, because that's literally nervous density in your nervous system that wants to move. It wants to be seen. It wants to express. And I think that's why I have so much life force. One of the reasons is because I've allowed myself to really go to these things that scare me and allow myself to become comfortable enough to expand in them. And I make sure I continue to do that. And it usually is something that does elicit some fear. It does. And it's something that is out of your comfort zone, because that's when your brain makes the new neural networks. That's when you're literally becoming a different version of you. Okay. So, and then you can always just tune into stuff. Like if you ever do have that bliss, that ecstasy feeling, ask yourself, like, what did I do this morning? What was different about today? Did I dance in the morning? Did I see so and so? Did I go and do this? Whatever it is, did I meditate? Whatever the thing is that helped your day, like, have that charge to it, do it. Okay? All right. So another thing that I really want to talk about is the continual self, the continuity of self, because I think it relates to joy. Um, so it's really important to accept the downs just as much as riding the highs. So we have that divine high, and it's a gift from God itself. It's literally so amazing when it comes in, and every day it comes in more and more. Every day. It's so amazing. That's why I love the spiritual journey, is because we're all so worthy of feeling alive, and I'm noticing the collective is forgetting how to feel alive. And a lot of souls feel the most alive when they're watching TV and watching someone else be alive. And that's why I'm passionate about this message that I'm sharing. So anywho, what makes you feel alive? Okay. All right. Let's see. Where was I? So the continuity of self is very important. So consciousness ebbs and flows. That's just what I'm realizing, is like, that's just the nature of life. Like, this phase of my spiritual awakening is very much like being totally okay with the lows and being present in the unpleasant and finding the gems, finding the good, finding the joy, choosing love, choosing to feel excitement instead of anxiety, choosing, right? So the lows are just as important as riding the highs. So when you're on that high, amplify it, talk in an accent, have a lot of fun, dance, do all those things to really amplify that high. But then when you're in the low, don't get lost in the negativity, right? Don't let your consciousness get lost in the negativity, start talking smack, start being negative, grabbing the reactive substance that you might have. Let yourself be in that low, because that's where all the wisdom comes. Okay. So my theory now is that when I'm in that low, I'm purifying my vessel, my consciousness. And in the past, what I would do when I felt really low, I would look for a substance. I would order DoorDash. I would do these things that, like, gave me that false divine, that dopamine hit from whatever it was, from the substance, from the food that's not that good for me. So it gave my awareness this other hit of dopamine. But now I'm realizing when I'm in the low and I don't engage in the reactive behavior, it's almost like I'm purifying my vessel, and then the next high is just so much higher because I allowed that energy to be purified. I allowed it to be moved through and processed and understood by my consciousness, right? And there's so much wisdom there. There's so much wisdom. And what I'm noticing now is, one technique I'm using is, like, when my mind starts to flirt with the idea of ordering DoorDash or whatever, I just come back to, I'm whole. I'm whole. I put my awareness on, I'm whole. And then every time my mind goes back to, like, kind of flirting, I see it and I'm like, oh, okay, I flirt. I go a little bit down that road and then I'm whole. Nope. I'm going to go down this road. Okay. Because, yeah, your neural networks are always going down certain roads, certain paths. And there's literally research that shows before you take, like, the drink of the alcohol or whatever, you have this surge of dopamine that occurs even before you've taken the drink. And I think that that's when your neural networks are starting to flirt with the idea. You're starting to kind of, like, entertain that because your brain is looking for that. It's looking for that. And so now I'm realizing I just say, I'm whole. I go down this other direction and then I survive. I make it through on the other side. And it's almost like then that next high is just that much higher and that much better and that much more amazing. And I do think that that's why I am just radiating life force energy, is because I have let go of so many reactive behaviors. I used to be heavy on the substances. And I am totally sober. Totally sober. I don't even take any prescription medications. I used to take Adderall because I do have ADHD, but Now I am able to navigate my consciousness in a more healthy way rather than taking this substance, this external substance. So anyway, my point is I've let go of so many reactive behaviors, and I know that that is what has put me on this new timeline. I just know it in my heart, and that's why I also want to share it. With that being said, I think that one really important thing is having compassion for yourself, because um being able to be present in that unpleasant, it takes a lot of patience and it takes time, and every path is perfect. Every path is perfect. No pebble is wrong. And so now when I do engage in reactive behaviors, like overeating is one that I have right now, and like doom scrolling, whatever your reactive behavior is, if you have the desire to stop that reactive behavior, the best advice I can give for you is to first and foremost let go of shame. So first, let go of shame, because the shame, yeah, it adds this extra layer of density, and it adds this extra layer of like, I don't know, it's like this vicious, weird thing that happens. And when you finally let go of the shame, you're allowed to see yourself clearly with compassion and with love. And so my advice for you is to just start becoming aware of yourself. Just aware of yourself. You're just simply observing your human method. That's what I call it. You just observe yourself, okay? And then the second layer will be start to be more present in those reactive behaviors. So maybe you do decide to use the substance or engage in overeating or whatever it is. Get really present. So um, close your eyes and before you do the reactive behavior, and just check in with the self. So tune in. How am I feeling this present moment? What's present? Like, is there joy? Is there pleasure? Is there excitement? Is there shame? Is there guilt? What's present in this present moment? Just taking a few breaths and then engaging in the reactive behavior, and then tuning in again while you're doing the reactive behavior, as the reactive behavior is taken its manifestation. Just tuning in again to the self. Now, how do I feel? Do I feel better? Do I feel shame? Do I feel guilt? Do I feel anxiety? Do I feel pleasure? Do I feel peace? Do I feel joy? Do I feel happiness? Just getting more aware of what that behavior is bringing to you. And then after the reactive behavior is over, just tuning in again. What's present now? What is here? Because there's so much wisdom, because when I started doing that and really slowing down and observing the reactive behavior and observing what it did to my consciousness, I realized that I actually didn't enjoy it. And it was creating more anxiety in my life and opening up these energetic pathways to this denser energy, to this more anxious energy, to this to these other neural networks that were connected to craving more nasty foods, and then um overthinking things. And it just opened all these neural pathways for this dense energy, for this more negative energy. So yeah, I just started to tune into that. And I think that really helped me have a more continual perception of self, letting go of those react behaviors, because I realized, like, even when I'm in that low, letting myself feel that low without engaging in the reactive behavior actually really benefits me, because I make it through, and then that next high is just that much higher. Because when I'm engaging the reactive behavior, when I'm in that low, it's almost like just, I don't know. You'll figure this out for yourself. And like I said, every path is perfect. No pebble is wrong. God's will and God's plan is whatever you do, it's all perfect. But I think setting yourself up for success is going to be letting go of some reactive behaviors if you have the desire. Because, yeah, it just shows you so much about yourself, because it's like, once you let go of the reactive behavior and you let yourself make it through that, you realize that you didn't die. You realize that you're whole and that you didn't need that. And it's super weird. And the other thing that I've been noticing too is, like, I think that now when I'm stop flirting with that reactive behavior. I say, no, I'm whole. I'm going to go this other way. All of a sudden my brain needs to find dopamine in a different from something else. So all of a sudden I try to focus my awareness on how can I help people? How can I bring joy to people? What can I do for the people around me? How can I bless people? How can I give more? And then my brain starts thinking, and it's got all these amazing ideas start coming down. And I think it is because my brain wants dopamine. It wants to feel good. It wants to feel purpose. It wants to feel alive. It wants to feel alive. And that's that true, divine alive. That's true living. Not these reactive behaviors. And actually, I should be careful about that. That's not true. It is true living. Both are just as true. Both are God's will. Both are perfect. There's not one that's better than the other. And that's what I keep coming back to is like, keep trying to remember, remind my consciousness, I'm no better than anybody I'm with, interacting with. They are me just as much as I am they. And no path is better than the other. Both are perfect and divine and loved by God and by the universe. It's all perfectly placed. It's all perfectly designed. There's no mistake. And I am no different than anybody else. I'm just a different physical manifestation of the divine. It's not me. It's the creator. It's the creator. And I keep coming back to that. Like, I am no better. I'm no different. And reminding myself that all the time. And sometimes it helps to ask the creator, please allow me to see the best in everyone around me. Please allow me to love everyone around me and celebrate and cherish them. Please allow me to let go of envy and greed and let go of my needy desire to be selfish and be reactive. Help me let that go. So anyway, what also is going to help you with a more continuous perception of self is having a morning ritual, either meditating or dancing. And you can switch it up, but do one for like a month, and then you can switch it up if you want and do that one for a month. And just keep doing that, because every day your consciousness is different. Every day it's just slightly different. And it helps me a lot to have that morning routine, because it doesn't matter how crappy I feel, I still do it. And then I realized it actually makes me feel so much better. It sets me up for success. And that also helps with that non-attachment of feeling good all the time. And knowing that actually feeling bad, being okay with that, still showing up for yourself, having that devotion, that discipline, that consistency helps to have just a more continual perception of self and let go of the need for it to be any certain way. And you just have a more continuous perception of self. It's really weird. And I also think teaching yoga has helped me a lot with that, because every day I feel different every day. And I just remember my day is going to go based off of what I think it is. So if I decide to, in the lows, see the bad, start talking negative, start talking smack, judging, that's not helpful. I'm going to go down this other path where I decide to, instead of having anxiety, I'm going to have excitement over all this change. I'm going to feel joy every single day and create that feeling state in my body and in my mind through dance, through whatever, because I'm choosing that. I'm choosing to see the good. I'm choosing to see the love. And anytime my brain sees the shadow in the people around me and judges the people around me, I remind myself, no, come back to the truth that person is beautiful and they're doing their best, and that they're you. At the end of the day, that person is you. So see their goodness, see their love, see how good they are. Because it's the more you fire those thoughts, the more you can actually see your life clearly, and the more you can actually see yourself clearly. Because if you're spending all your life force energy judging all the other people, seeing everyone else's shadow, talking smack about your situation, talking smack about people, all that's doing is continuing to bring those thoughts in, bring those experiences in, where vice versa, when you're seeing the good, you're speaking out the good, it's all of a sudden, all this good starts coming. All these good thoughts come in, how you can actually help your life and actually help your reality and actually help the people around you. It's the weirdest thing. And it's It's all what you're deciding to think about, what you're deciding to spend your life force energy on. Okay? So yeah, lately every morning I've been throwing my hands up in the air and just thank you, God. Thank you, God. And every day my consciousness is a little bit different. And especially on the hard days I do it. I'm like, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna make it through. And the more I literally let myself go through the downs without getting lost in the negativity, without having reactive behaviors, the higher that next high comes. And then it's like that lowness, it's not as low the next time. It's like, I don't know, it's this weird thing. And that's why I'm passionate about sharing this, because it has given me this continuous perception of self that my past self is me now and is me in the future. And so that means that choosing always to be as positive as I can, see the good, and be present in the unpleasant Vedanas, the unpleasant feeling states, feeling tones. It's like the more high my next high gets, and then the less low my next low gets. It's the weirdest thing. I mean, at the end of the day, my message is for self-love and compassion, because that's that's the best thing you could do, is self-love and compassion. That's the best thing. And at the end of the day, we're here to be human. We're here to be human. And if being human is, drinking because it makes you really happy or whatever, and you love it, like, then by all means, like, as long as it's not affecting your daily life, like, who am I to say that that's not right for you? It's between you and God. It's between you and the Creator. It's your life. It's your life. And you know you better than anyone else. And that's also why I've been a little bit silent lately, is like, I'm really trying to fine tune my voice, because I do realize how powerful it is. And I don't want to just be saying things that I haven't really thought about and that I haven't really embodied, because it's got a lot of power to it, especially as a PA. I need to be mindful of what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, love yourself and know that every pebble is perfect and your journey is yours. And don't let anyone ever sway you. Know that you know yourself better than anyone else. So don't let my words shake you. Don't let, literally, like, and the most important thing you could ever do is love yourself and have a relationship to the Creator. And that alone will bring so many blessings into your life. Okay, so do your thing, do you, and find joy. Go out, be seen, go to community, be vulnerable, do the things that scare you. Why? Because it's untapped energy. Go and do it. Do it. Okay, and pray to the Creator. All right, so I'm going to finish us out with a little prayer. Creator, please allow me to follow your will. Allow me to release whatever is blocking me. Help me let go of my ego's plan. Help me see the world clearly. Help me see where I can help the world come back to peace, to love. Help me find presence every day. Fill me with your divine love, with joy. Help me see the hearts and souls of every person I encounter. Help me see the good in every person I encounter. Help me release the desire for evil speech. Help me speak only loving words. Help me find presence every day. Help me find the courage and strength to release my reactive behaviors. Help my spirit be calm, even in chaos. Give me peace, clarity, and calm. Thank you. Oh my God. If you are still watching, thank you so much. I love you. You are beautiful. You are divine. Okay? You are on a journey. Alrighty? Just do the best you can each day and let go of the rest. Literally one day at a time, 1 degree north every day. I can't remember who said that, but it's so beautiful because that's the best thing you can do is 1 degree. And that positive mindset will literally bring you so far in life. So far. So start cultivating that positive mindset. Wake up, throw your arms in the air. Say, thank you, God. Thank you, higher self. Thank you, universe. Whatever resonates. And do something that brings you joy every day. Wake up your body. Get out of the mind into the body. Feel alive. Feel alive. Because you deserve it. Okay? I love you. All right. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.